All right, we are here with Joshua Williamson, writer of The Flash. How you doing?
Yes. Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. So, are you like going for a record? Is that like your plan to do? Because you're like nonstop on The Flash.
Yeah, I've been writing it for a few years now. I'm writing issue 80 right now. I mean, I'll never beat some of the records that are out there. Like people that were on it, like Gary Bates and those guys, they were on it forever. So
as
it's
far as
like
the rebirth books.
oh, there's Rebirth books. The only person that's on longer than me is Tom. But what's weird is that Tom's not been on Batman at the same line as me, but I wrote 3 issues of it.
So that gives you an edge because he's
not weird?
Consecutive.
I'm consecutive right now. Yeah, for sure.
So you're like in your face, Tom King.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. I always give him a hard time about it.
So it was interesting that you're doing the Trickster.
Yeah.
You're wrapping up the Trickster storyline with James Jesse, and of course I always want to call him Jesse James.
I know, but yeah, James Jesse. I always like that character. I mean, he's definitely kind of a fun jerk to write. He's a crazy person, and I've always liked him ever since. The first time I really started liking him a lot was because of Underworld Unleashed. Because he's the kind of the POV for that story. At least the initial 3 issues,
yeah.
He's kind of the POV for that. And I've always liked his character since then. And then Jeff had him in his Flash run, and at the end of Jeff's Flash run, he unhooked him from he had the Top's curse that was on there got unhooked, and so he went back to being the way it was. We never really got to explore it as much. I mean, he was in Countdown, but with this, I was able to go in and kind of do my version of the Trickster and have fun with it. And so it's been awesome writing him. We were building up for a long time. Like there was teases in the book that he was around and free, probably since the issue. In the 20s, we had little stuff of him that if you paid attention to him in the background or like little characters would say things that were all foreshadowing that he was out there. And so it's been cool. We finally got to come around to it and bring him in and have him be test Barry in whole new ways.
Because I mean, it's great to have him back. Because like the other guy, I guess you're not supposed to like him as much because he's younger. He's more annoying.
He's annoying. Yeah. But I like Axel. I used to think he was annoying, but now I really like him. Like I was able to find a way to him. And it's interesting because like Scott Collins created him and Howard worked on him, and so talking with them about him has been really like eye-opening. But I like having him around as kind of the sidekick to James Jesse.
So where'd you get the idea for all the different forces? There's a still force, a sage. I lose track of.
Oh yeah, it's sage, the still, and the strength force. There was all these conversations we were just having about trying to expand on those forces. There was a speed force, so maybe there's more. And so we started having all these conversations and meetings and going back and forth. And Scott was the one that was like, "Oh, the still force," and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'll do that." And so we were able to kind of build from there and just having all these conversations about how we could do something fun with it. It took a long time of having meetings of just trying to play with it. I think that we're still developing in a ways, but it's fun having it there and use it as kind of a new mythology, like an addition to what's there without taking anything else away.
So not only are you like consecutively writing the Rebirth since Rebirth, you're doing twice a month.
Yeah.
Is this like your idea? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm crazy.
Well, they told us they were gonna do all the double ships back during Flash Year 1 or during the double ships?
Like,
they told us they were gonna do double ship from the very beginning, and I was like, I can do that. 'Cause I'm pretty fast-ish, and I'm able to keep
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. And so I had the schedule to do it, and so it just worked out, and I've been doing it ever since, So yeah, every 2 weeks for years now, I've written a Flash comic, which is awesome. It's like a full-time job, but yeah, I love it. But yeah, it's intense sometimes.
So we got Flash Year 1 coming up.
Yep, starts in issue 70 in May.
Now, we've seen the various Year 1s every now and then.
Yeah.
So what are you going to add? Are you going to like explore unknown things, spoilers?
Yeah, I don't want to get into spoilers. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely doing a bit of a take. It's a little different than I think what people expect. There's some surprises, some twists, some turns. It'll still be the Barry Allen that everyone knows and loves, and you'll be able to see this kind of a new take on his origin story that you haven't really seen before that I think definitely plays into the mythology for the character. But Howard Porter's drawing it. He did Flash War with me. He did the button with me. And so him and I have been working on this for a while, and I pitched to him years ago, and he was really into it, and now we're doing it, and it looks amazing. Like, we put some pages up online today, and I think they're great. I think it's some of the best work Howard's done, and I'm really excited about it.
And we assume that there'll be like some repercussions that will show up later in the present day, anything like that?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So it's definitely like people they shouldn't think of it as like, oh, it's Year 1. I know Barry's origin. They definitely need to read this.
No, I think it'll definitely change the way you see a couple things, and it's definitely something that plays into the mythology of the Flash, and I think it works well with the kind of the story we've been building. I mean, if you read 69, when you get to the end of Flash 69, you're going to be like, oh, it makes sense why they're doing Year 1 right now. And then we do Year 1, and then you get to the end of Year 1, and then you're like, oh, that makes sense why this story is coming out of it, when we get back to present day. So it's like, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I think that if you've been reading the book, you're going to get a lot out of it. But I made sure that if someone's coming in, they want to just read Year 1, there's a lot there for them too. They can come in fresh and new and get a good, experience reading it. That way we also have it as something that people can go out if they want to read. There's I want to read a Flash story about him when he first became the Flash, and that's there to do.
Any possibly new characters in the past that could show up later?
Maybe. Of course. I mean, there's like little fun stuff, you know, like we have August in there, like Godspeed's in the year 1 stuff, but he's not Godspeed yet, he's just August. He's in there a little bit. You have Iris. There's a couple rogues. There's some new stuff. There's new interpretations of characters we haven't seen in a while that are in there that will then inform stuff later. There's some teases in there of stuff we plan on doing later. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of math, man. A lot of story math.
Now, do you like how far ahead do you plan? Like, do you say, okay, I got like, are you thinking issue 100?
Yeah, I'm thinking it. I mean, you never know what can happen. You know, I try not to like, what is the phrase? You know, count your chickens before they're hatched, kind of thing. You know, I try to keep that in mind, but I definitely have a plan for 100. I have a story I want to do, and that's really what it's about. Is I have to always make sure I have a story. I can't just be like, I want to go to 100 because I want to go to 100. You know, that's not how it works. I need to make sure I always have a story, that I always have ideas, and so it's more about developing that and making sure that I actually have it.
Okay, so you guys need to read The Flash. You can call him The Flash or The Flash. I don't know if we talked about
Oh, man, I say The Flash a lot of times in my head, but it's Flash. But yeah, The Flash.
He's like, hey, there's The Flash.
It's weird. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's a California thing, actually. I think people in California always put the in front of stuff. That's what I've noticed.
But he's like, hey, The Flash, let's get a pizza.
The book is called The Flash. So
But no one calls it. Everyone calls it Flash.
I don't know. I say The Flash then. Yeah.
The Flash. The Flash?
Yeah,
The Flash.
The Flash.
The Flash.
Yeah, but yeah, Flash 70, year 1.
I say The Flash.
See? There you go.
D-A. The Flash. The Flash. All right. Read The Flash. The Flash.
Thank you. Thanks, man.